all right, the Lions are back to building this juggernaut back to where it was. Remember, the Lions were at one point, right? And then injuries, the whole thing, but still won 15 games. So the dust is starting to settle, and we know now who the Lions are going to start bringing in and who's coming back with the coaching staff. But first, let me know in the comments, what is it about Ben Johnson and why is he irritating me so much? It's like, happy for you, and I don't know, what else is he supposed to say, I guess, when he's like talking to the media and stuff, and maybe I've been watching too much and just need to like see a man, but it's like, what is it? It's like, dude, you instantly are annoying me. Is it because you're in Bears gear? I don't know what it is, but he's acting like he's all that when really we're the ones that have Chris Spielman, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes. We've got the players. We are the ones in great shape. So let me know in the comments. Okay, here's the first thing. Let me go to it. We'll go right down the line, make it quick. First thing, Hank Fraley's coming back. Boom, thank you. This is awesome because if you ever hear Frank Ragnow, any of the offensive linemen talk about him, it's like, dude, they're not kidding around with this guy. Like, he is super special to them and very important. So boom, Hank Fraley is back. I think that's awesome. The other thing that is really getting me excited is the Lions have hired Casey Rogers from the Tampa Bay Bucks to do what I believe is a lateral. He's going to be the defensive line coach. Remember, our defensive line coach left to be the defensive coordinator at the Patriots. But here's kind of the interesting part. Because Todd Bowles so defensive minded, he's basically the defensive coordinator. These guys are like, we're going to get out of here. So Casey Rogers, first on Rogers, he saw his defensive line excel. Second-year defensive tackle. Cansey led the team in 7.5 sacks despite missing the first half of the month. Vita Vea. I mean, they were really solid defensively. But here's what's interesting. Larry Foote will interview to be our defensive coordinator. And we're going to look here at some more candidates now that Robert Saleh, he was an outside chance as it was, but he's gone. Larry Foote. Love this. Remember, Larry Foote has an opportunity. Here he is pictured. Michigan guy, played for the Pittsburgh Steelers for 12 years, something like that. He actually played for the Lions for 1 year. It said that somewhere. Oh yeah, 13 season. Most of them with the Steelers, played for the Lions for 1 year. Love it. Now, this dude's been with Todd Bowles. He's just, I don't know. Let me know in the comments, but look how quickly, I guess, you can rebuild this defensive staff, offensive staff, the whole thing. So defensively, love that right there, because we looked at this before, but if you look at the 10 candidates to be defensive coordinator, you got Kelvin Shepard, who we all know is kind of somewhat of a front runner just because he's the linebackers coach. We've seen him a lot just kind of be a guy that loves it, knows it. Cool. I'm okay with that. Deshae Townsend, a 12-year position coach. The guy looks young, but he's been like, he's the real deal. And he interviewed for the 49ers defensive coordinator position. So it's not like he sucks. Like, there's another good one. Another one that I loved, Dennis Allen. We know about that. Ryan Nielsen, the Jags defensive coordinator. So again, with all the shifting of head coaches, their staffs are going to get broken up as well. Casey Rogers, who was the Bucs defensive line coach. Remember, this article, a couple days old, was looking at who could be the defensive coordinator. We get a defensive line coach to basically just do a lateral and come to Detroit. That's huge. Al Harris. Oh, I like him. Remember Al Harris. Now, Robert Saleh. Here's another one down here that I think is really good is Christian Parker, the Eagles defensive backs coach and passing game coordinator. Again, the Eagles are in it, so we won't hear anything on that, but there's another name. Point is, ton of names. I think in our minds, the well is dry. It's like, where are we going to find any coaches? They're all gone. There's a lot of moving parts. People will move. People can take jobs. This is just what it is. And so in my mind, this is such a positive. Look, there was no changes last year. Everybody came back. Let's run it back. And we dominated, did so well, and obviously didn't end the way we wanted it to. So I think to run it back again, it just felt, it's just the same offense, same defense. Again, I don't want to take anything away from the offense. I mean, it's just incredible things that happened. So Don't let one game spoil all that and be like, oh yeah, let's change it up. No, it was pretty good. It's pretty amazing actually. But at the same time, this change, new guy that you're trying to impress, like St. Brown, whoever this new offensive coordinator comes in, is going to want to impress him, is going to want to do things, right? You're just going to raise your level. New coach, new expectations, new things. I think it's awesome. I think same thing on the defensive side. Let's get weird. Let's get all these guys back. That's the biggest thing. You look at our possible, let me show you that here. Speaking of rebuilding, getting this juggernaut back to it, look at the available free agents. What you're going to see here is if all of these guys walked, we would be fine. That's what's crazy. Now, I think we want Carlton Davis. That's about it, right? I mean, you keep going down the list, probably Khalil Dorsey, Badgley. Let me know if I'm missing anybody. Dan Skipper, always just going to bring him back for one more year. And Muhammad probably earned a spot. Derek Barnes. That's it. So usually you look at all your free agents and you're like, oh boy, how are we going to do this? We need to bring all these guys back. If every single one of these guys walked, we'd be fine. Another thing is the Lions, I think, are third in available cap space. So, you kidding me? We're going to be just fine there. Upwards to $100 million pretty quick. So I love that. Also, we know about the comp picks that we got for Aaron Glenn. Remember, this is somewhat of a new rule where if let's see, if a minority coach goes to be a head coach and he's been with you for currently 2 or more years, you get a 3rd round pick. So this is crazy. We're looking at pick 101 right now at the end of the 3rd round. I mean, kidding me? Let's go. So that's huge. And again, this is like, okay, it was just time for those guys. Now, another thing that's crazy, we haven't even talked about the draft. I would love a defensive end, just another defensive end. You just see what a difference when you can stop the run and get to the passer. It's so important. So if you look at, again, without going too far into this, you don't want to get too crazy, I guess, but just a mock draft really quick. And you can see all the different names that were, but you're looking at the Draft Network has us taking a tackle. Then we've got another right tackle, SB Nation. I won't go through all these, but interior offensive lineman, an edge rusher. Here's Josh Edwards. I looked up Landon Jackson, too, was a guy that was just like, okay, defensive end. It just gives you an idea of what we could do. So let me pull him up real quick. Here is Landon Jackson out of Arkansas, projected to be there about the same spot that we're going to need somebody. And it's just like, yep, that would do. That'd be nice. Check this dude out. He's just got strength. It changes everything when you can rush 3. Look at that. They rush 3 players, gets to them, rush 4. Really helps the defensive side of the ball to be able to do exactly what you need to. So, again, we're going to refill. Because, again, when I'm watching Ben Johnson, it's like, man, we don't have any. We're screwed. He was everything to us. It's like, no. What are we doing? And by the way, I think Aaron Glenn is going to be a way better head coach. Let me know in the comments. Aaron Glenn, way better head coach than Ben Johnson, head coach. I just think Ben Johnson's his job is to be in there drawing up plays, working with Jared Goff, and he was incredible at it. But head coach, you got a lot more on your plate than just your offensive little trickery scheme up plays. There's a lot more going on. So anyway, I say all that to say, he made me believe that he was everything. No, we've got the front office. We've got everybody intact. Dan Campbell, coaches want to come coach for him. Players want to play for him. We've got all the players. And remember, all those defensive players are going to come back. That's crazy to me because it's like, oh yeah, basically we're just for free going to bring in like 12 free agents. It's like, oh, yeah, I forgot you were hurt. I forgot about Aleem McNeil. That's right. He's back. Davenport, if we bring him back. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you on the next one.